to the very first episode of TWC Monthly. On this series, I'll be doing monthly updates, talking about news with this channel, recent videos that I've made, talking about upcoming videos and things that I want to talk about in the future. Just an easy way for me to be in touch. And since this is the first video of this kind on this channel, I thought I should do a proper channel introduction on what exactly is two-wheel cruise. To begin, let me start with a self-introduction. So my name is Cruz. I'm an American cyclist living and working in Japan. Two of my biggest passions throughout my life have been cycling and Japanese culture. As a cyclist, I've raced all over the US. I've also raced internationally, doing races in Canada, China, Puerto Rico, Japan. So doing everything from road, track, mountain bike, and cyclocross. I've also been studying Japanese now for about 5 years or so, and now just living the dream, living in Japan, also experiencing the cycling culture here, exploring Japan by bike, just doing what I love. And that brings me to two-wheel cruise. So I've always been a fan of YouTube, and one of my goals since moving to Japan was to make my own YouTube channel about my life here in Japan. But the longer I stayed, the more I kept procrastinating, and I just never made the channel. I kept coming up with excuses like I don't have time, I have too many other things going on, don't have confidence to really talk in front of the camera. So I kept procrastinating and procrastinating, never really took the first step. Anyway, long story short, I finally gathered enough motivation to start this channel, and I actually made that my goal and New Year's resolution for 2017 to keep myself on track with actually coming through with making videos. So the beginning, the first challenge I faced was deciding what kind of channel should I make. I of course wanted to make a channel about my life in Japan, things that I thought were interesting here, but there's a lot of channels like that, and I didn't want to just limit myself to making the same types of videos. I also wanted to make a cycling channel, but I didn't want to make it only appealing to cyclists. So I thought I'd sort of mix my two passions, riding bikes and also exploring Japan. So I plan on doing a variety of different videos, some more cycling oriented, some more Japan oriented, and some combining the two. So maybe exploring some more traditional area, talking about the history, talking about the local culture, while riding the bike there and mixing the two that way. So I decided I'd mix those, but I also wanted to be inclusive of other things that I do. For example, I recently did a cycling trip to Taiwan, which of course isn't related to Japan really. I think the three things I'm going for right now with this channel are going to be Japan, bikes, and also different adventures, so sort of a miscellaneous category. So recently I had a holiday at work, which gave me some time to start working on developing my editing skills. So up until now, I've never really done any video editing. I'm a web developer, so I do a bit of development and some design, but it's quite different than video editing. So it's been a pretty time-consuming learning process, learning to make these videos. My first video was a little bit rough. That was about exactly 1 month ago, and I made it for a local cyclocross race here in Japan, and just lots of problems. Audio quality was horrible, lots of sound from the case on the GoPro, and some sound you couldn't hear with people talking, and just the timing of the music, not sure what kind of music I could use, and just a lot of uncertainty, and it just took forever. But that's to be expected with the first video. You don't know until you try, so it's been gradually getting better for each one. After that, I did a 2-week trip to Taiwan where I brought my bike, did some cycling, and I made a YouTube series for that called the Taiwan Cycling Trip here on the Two-Wheel Cruise channel. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure to give it a look. It's pretty fun. The first video is definitely lower quality than the later videos, but it's an interesting, you can see the transition. Each video hopefully gradually gets a little bit better, and some days are mostly riding bikes, other days are doing more touristy things. So it's not a full only cycling only trip, but it mixes everything I did on that trip. So far that series has gotten a lot of positive feedback, which makes me really happy. And actually the day one video is now close to 2,000 views, which is pretty great, I think, for only a few weeks in a brand new YouTube channel with only 75 followers now. So far, like I said earlier, it's been about a month since I started this channel, and I wanted to wait to do this kind of introduction video because I didn't have really many videos or much content to really talk about. But now I've got a month out, I've got about 10 or so videos out on YouTube, and and just really happy with how it's going so far. I have a lot that I'm looking forward to with future videos. A lot of ideas in my head. Now just practicing with all these different videos, developing that video editing process so that I can present the information I want to in a better way. I'm really excited to continue developing those skills and making new and interesting videos. One other thing, my good friend Natalie, who appears in some of the later Taiwan cycling trip videos, she came and stayed there with me for a week. She's also a graphic designer and web developer. She made an awesome logo that we're using here on this channel now. I'm absolutely in love with this logo, so thanks Natalie. She just surprised me with the logo one night while we were in the hostel, and just absolutely fell in love with it when she showed it to me. So thanks Natalie. Definitely helps to create more of a branding for this channel and make it look a little bit more professional. So going into the last thing for today's video, that's what I want to do in each monthly video, do a coming up next month short section. So I've got a lot of video filmed already. The problem is just finding the time to edit it and get everything out and published. But the good side of that is I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of content ready to go. It's just the editing that needs to come. So things that I'll be working on this next month going into March is continuing with the Taiwan cycling trip videos. I've still got at least about 6 more of those to go, so it's about halfway done right now. In addition to that, some other topics I have are snowboarding at the Niseko ski resort in Hokkaido, Japan. So I went there with a friend who I met in the hostel while I was in Taiwan about 2 weeks ago, so that was a pretty cool turn of events. Another interesting trip is the cycling modeling trip I did in Guam. So yeah, I did some modeling for a cycling company in Guam. I had to wait until pretty much now because a lot of the things that are featured in that video are for their new product lineup. So I couldn't show that until it was released. And now it's released, so I'll be making that video soon. That one's gonna be exciting. Unfortunately, I filmed it at low quality, but should still be a nice, fun video. Another one is track cycling at the Gifu Keirin Velodrome. So getting on the tracks here, the velodromes here in Japan, is very difficult, very strict. If you don't speak Japanese, you're pretty much not getting on. And even if you do, the chances of getting on or the opportunities to get on are so few. So this is a great opportunity. We got to go check out the track nearby in Gifu, which is close to Nagoya. So that's gonna be a nice, fun video. And one other video that I filmed from a long time ago was last summer, or late last summer, I rode my bike from Nagoya to Kyoto and Osaka. So I've got a lot of footage from that. So I'll hopefully be making that video too as well if I have time. So like I said, I have lots of things coming, really excited for it all. Just really need to find the time and hopefully improve the speed of my editing skills so I can get this content out. I've also got a lot more ideas on videos to make in the future. But if you have any ideas, anything that you want to hear, any questions you want answered about cycling, maybe in Asia, in Japan, questions about Japan in general, I can try and make those featured in a future video. So feel free to write those in the comments down below. And lastly, this channel is just starting out, so it would mean a great deal to me if you like the videos, share them, or just subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps. It's definitely encouraging to help continue motivate me to make these videos. Just seeing all these different people like and interact with the videos just makes me really happy. So anyway, that's it for today's first TWC monthly update. Until next time, TWC out.